Hi, I'm here. Slight technical difficulty. That's new. I'm Sarah Peasley. I'm here coming to you from the corner office of the new house. Very excited to be here. Let's see. Closing down a couple windows. Keep running. Where's my other window? There it is. Okay. Hi. So, did a little rearranging over the week, mostly the weekend, and I'm in the other corner. There's a window. One of my trees is here. The sun is shining. We're looking at, what are we looking at? That's, what specifically are we looking at? Let's see what we're looking at. Okay, so that's like one little part of my brick patio, which you can't see because the sun is shining right now. And then there's a shed. You can sort of see the shed. That's the biggest of the sheds. No, that's not. Okay. Anyway, there's sheds out there and trees and birds were chirping like it was springtime. It's not springtime. So that's exciting. But I'm happy to be over here where there's light. I'm like kitty corner. I'm in the opposite corner from where I was the last few weeks. So I have a desk. I unshrink wrapped a desk and put it down instead of on end. And I think that's about it. Moved everything over here. So here we are. Let's see. It's going to be a beautiful day. I'm headed into the shop today. I'm a little confused about Veterans Day because it was Saturday. And I think that if you worked for the state, if anybody out there works for the state, it was Friday the official holiday, because I know there had to have been an official day off. So was it Friday or and then Saturday was actually Veterans Day? I know there was no mail on Saturday, but I'm confused about whether people will have the day off today, which I don't think they will. The reason I'm asking is because we get the state employees in at the yarn shop on the state holidays. So that's what I'm asking about. Okay, updates. I'm over here in this corner. I can't show you pictures. I'll show you pictures. I have one more electronic device here. I learned a new word or a new context for an old word, a word I already knew. And had to think about my password. I couldn't talk and do my password at the same time. And so what I would call the threshold between two rooms is actually called the transition, which makes sense. You're going from one room to the other. You're transitioning. And I had seen a beautiful transition, now that I know what it's called, in when the shop had its retreat up at the Spider Lake Retreat Center. There had been, I didn't know it was called a transition between two types of flooring, between tile and wood, or between two directions of tile or something. And I thought, well, that's really pretty. And I just figured out last night that was in 2012 or 11. So that was at least 10 years ago. And I had no idea I would ever use it for myself. I just thought it was really unusual and pretty. So guess what? I have brand new transitions in my house. Let's see how what's the word? Glary this is going to be. Let's see. Ooh, very glary. So let's turn off the ring light. There. So this is like lake stone, like I call it pebbles, but they're bigger than pebbles. So this is, it was in Home Depot. It's a thing. So if you wanted to use it as your backsplash, which I would not recommend because it's going to be hard to clean, then you could, or around a fireplace, for example. And so here it is as the transition between the hallway with the old hardwood, engineered hardwood, and the bedroom with the new, that's the bedroom with the new hardwood. And I'm very excited about it. And there's the end of the hallway where there's a bedroom over here, and one of the bathrooms over here. So I've got that pebble transition at all three places. Oops, look at that. Where are we now? Oh, that's another picture. This way. Okay, I have no idea what just happened. Let's go back. So, and then this is what it looks like. That's the glamour shot. Isn't that pretty? I'm so happy that I remembered that I knew about that. So it's in 4 places. It's in those 3 places. Then in that bedroom over there, there's another bathroom. So it's in there too. I'm just so, so happy. Isn't it pretty? Yay. The thing that we just found accidentally because I clicked on it is that in the car last night, look what came up on the radio. The radio. It was Kermit singing the Rainbow Connection. That was fun. Like, are you kidding me? How are they going to attribute that? And they attributed it to Kermit, who sang the Rainbow Connection. It was so cute. So that is some exciting news that happened here in the house. I got the transitions done, which means the floors are 100% done, except they're, I need to clean them. I need to sweep them and clean them, but that's something else. So the tile guy, Paul, recommended less toil, that I clean up the new transitions with less toil. Hold on, my eyes are looking in a weird place. There we go. With less toil, like after the grout had dried or whatever, technical term, whatever. And there we go. Just trying to arrange things so my eyes aren't looking in a weird spot. Yep. So I can't find less toil. It's not at Meijer. It's not at Home Depot, although the Google says it's at Home Depot, but I looked and I didn't see it. And then there's this big thing about Lysol versus Pine Sol, less toil versus Pine Sol, and they're by the same company, but are they the same thing? I don't know. So, just a little complication. I'll find some less toil. It probably doesn't even matter. But Paul said less toil, so that's what I'm looking for. And apparently you can use it on laundry stains and all kinds of stuff, but I'll just find the smallest bottle I can. Another exciting thing that happened here is that the tree trimmer guy came. Highly recommend. Wiseman, capital W, capital M, all one word, Wiseman tree experts. Very amazing. And it was funny. I think it was funny. I'm sorry if you're watching this person I'm going to talk about, but while the crew was here, a station wagon drove by, and there was a little old lady, older than I am, driving it, looking. She slowed way down and was looking in like you're whippersnapper cutting down all the trees, and I just laughed. Like, I hope she comes back and notices that it looks exactly the same. I had like it was my, cut that one there. A couple branches that were hanging over the house and didn't need to be, and especially one very large one. That was fun to watch the guy climb up into the tree and cut down the offending branch. There's a big arborvitae thingy that was sort of taking over one garden and one landscaped garden and the driveway. And so in the winter with snow, it was going to I was going to have to drive over the the thing to get out of my driveway. It was really pretty, and it was wrapped around the wires up to the poles. That's not good. So they trimmed that down to one stem, and now it looks like a tree. and there's room. It's not on the wires. It's not over the driveway. It's beautiful. So that's the only thing that can be that you would walk by and say, "Oh, look, that looks really different." But everything else, you can't tell that anything was done. So no trees were cut down. Sour old lady that drove by. I would do the same thing. And I'd be like, "Don't cut down all those trees." There's one more tree they're going to cut down because it's interfering with the oak tree, and we don't want anybody to interfere with our oak tree. So thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Tammy. Yeah, very cool transition pieces. New word for all of us, or maybe just for me. So the trees got trimmed. The maple that's going to come down has not been done yet. That's between my house and the neighbor's fence, and it's pretty narrow there. I walked over, and I had briefly met the woman who lives over there, but I walked over and she was home, and so I said, "I just want to let you know that a tree might fall down in your yard." And her husband, when I met him later, he's like, "That's fine. They can come." Not that's fine that they can knock the tree into the yard, but it's fine that the tree's coming down, and they're welcome to come into his yard to get, a better angle or whatever they need. So that was nice to hear. And then he's like, "And that oak, if you wanted to cut all the branches off that oak, that would be great." I guess he's fed up with the acorns in his yard, but we're not touching the oak. So it was pretty funny. He was very nice. They were very nice. So I've officially met the neighbors on both sides. So that's good. Anything else at this house? We were sort of on hiatus as far as demolition goes. So I don't think anything else new here. At the old house, I don't think I don't know of anything that's been happening over there. I still need to go get the couch and the ottoman out of the garage, but there's still nowhere to put it. Even though we made room for a desk, there's no room for... we could bring them in. The cats and I. I don't know. There's nowhere to put them. I'm not going to put them in the carport because there's wild animals out there. All kinds of fauna. Let's talk about knitting, shall we? I showed you my yarns and my project I had started, like Red Katana. I don't remember if it's called Red Katana. I think it is. And I'm probably saying that wrong. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. Oh, Tammy just said, "How much knitting did you get done?" Well, let me tell you. So I got a lot done because it's a necessary part of my life right now. So let's fire up those colors are true. That is exactly what it looks like. So there's where I started. Whoops, there's where I started. And then I got this. I don't know where I was last week. Maybe over here somewhere. But look at all that. And right here was the halfway point as far as length is concerned. I'll give you a tour, shall I? Tour coming up. So here's where we started. Isn't that pretty? I love the colors too. I needed immediate gratification. So they're soft. Remember, I'm holding the Kid Silk Haze, the mohair with the Bala Joya. These colors are pretty true today. It's a little more pink. Yeah, it's a little more pink than this. You're getting a little bit of orange in there. But the Bala Joya and the Kid Silk Haze, and that color was, I think we have Candy Girl and Seduction, as I recall. Excuse me, burp. And then the more Bala Joya in Crystal Ball. And then this was it Apple? Apple. So those are my... Ooh, they could be little people, little French people with their berets talking to each other. Or not. Let's say not. Ooh, the sun's coming in. Yeah, so held together. So the Where is it? The Kid Silk Haze, whoopsie, is here. Look at that. And the, gotta love focus, don't you? And the Bala Jolla is here. It's a superwash merino, fingering weight. And then held together, they just look like this. Well, now they look the same, but, a fuzzy yarn. And then the Kid Silk Haze apple. I'm just in love with Kid Silk Haze. Didn't know it was going to happen. And then this, what was it? Crystal Ball, the Bala Jolla. Look at those colors. So the this is a long, narrow shawl with pointed ends. I know I have sunshine on my head. There. Maybe we'll get to the John Denver stage before too long. Right? Sunshine on my shoulders. Okay. So the idea is these are all 10 ridge sections, 20 rows, 10 ridges. So this was 9 of the pink, we'll call it, and 1 of the green. 9 ridges, 1 green. 9 ridges, pink, 1 ridge, green. 9 pink, 1 green, 9 pink, 1 green. And then there's, increases and decreases and stuff going on. Shaping, we'll call it shaping. And then here, the shaping rate changed. Here it was even, I'm pretty sure. And then here it changed so that this side's increasing faster than this side. And the way they do that is you're always increasing 2 stitches in the middle. That's why you get this chevron-y pointy thing. And yeah, Sun in November, no kidding. And then there's either a decrease or not on the ends, right? Which determines, and it's not always the same. Like one row might have the decrease here, but not over here. So if there's a decrease, then that means there's no change in the stitch number because you're increasing and decreasing. So that stays the same. And if you aren't decreasing, but you increased here, then that adds a stitch, right? Math. So as you're working along this shawl, the designer has the combination of decreases and increases change on either side at different rates. So it changes after this, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2, still 10. This is, if I had thought of it, this is what I would have done because it's very matchy-matchy. Another 1, 8, and 2. And then we get to 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 3, and 7 and 3. 3, and then 6 and 4, and 6 and 4, and 5 and 5, and I believe that's the middle of the length right there. Right there. Right there. And then this is 5, and I'm in the middle of a 5. Let's see how tangled this is. Oops, not very. How did that do? There. And I'm in the middle of a row, kind of, just past the peak. And right now we have 30 stitches here, and it's been 30 stitches here for a long time. So I'm always decreasing here and increasing here, all of these rows. The wrong side rows coming back are all just knit. So, and I'm using these Addi Rocket Squared. Rocket has this texture to it. Oh, you can see it a lot better today than you could last week. It's pretty is what it is, and shiny. And then the squared is because they're square. I don't know if you can tell. See the angles. And it was weird to get used to it first, not because it's textured or square, but because I'm not used to using size 8 needles. I'm a loose knitter, so I usually go down a couple sizes. So I think I told you this before. So, for example, worsted weight, I'm usually on a 5. I like the sunshine. I'm not going to try to control it. I should put my sunglasses on, though. So knit, 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 and trying to hold, I mean, not trying to hold the two together, I'm just holding the two together. And last week I showed you why square is cool beans for being able to put your needle, your right hand needle, if you're a conventional knitter, through the bottom of the stitch because there's more room under there. I did a very exciting visual last week, if you remember. So here we are getting to the end of the row. Here we are getting to the end of the row. I haven't looked very hard, but I also haven't found my Knitter's Oracle deck. So once I find that, we'll get back into that excitement. I have no idea where it could be. Well, it's probably with knitting. Who am I kidding? But nope, I don't know where it is. All right, and now I have 3 stitches left. So I have to remember am I decreasing at this end or not for this row. And right now I'm in a decrease every third ridge. So I didn't decrease right here. This stitch right here would be a decrease. And I didn't decrease right here. So that means I'm on a decrease. So on this side it's an S, S, K, and then I knit the last stitch. So there was no net increase here. I increased on this end at the peak of this half, and I decreased on this end, so the stitch count here didn't change this time. Are you liking the squares? I can't see you. What squares, Tammy? Did I just say something about squares? Are you liking the squares? What squares, Tammy? You got me. And then we just knit back. And so I want to show you, so one of these just recently, and you're not going to be able to tell, and that's the whole, so one of these fairly recently, maybe in here, on the decrease where I should have done the SSK, I did a K2 tog at the end of the row. So one of these, the decrease is leaning to the right instead of the left. Can you see it? Huh? Can you? No, you can't. And then I found another thing that's happened, and I'm like, God damn it. Pardon my French, but I'm not going to do anything about it. I probably am, but I'm not going to tear back. And that is that I realized I had done, oh sure, now I can't find it. This. See that? Oh, the square needles. Thank you. I did talk about square things. I think I like the squares. And they're very luxurious feeling. They're very, I should pull down a little bit more of the other shade. They're very buttery, which is a weird way to describe a knitting needle, but I'm going to use it. It's like the way Frankie's fur is different from Mr. Mustache's fur. Both of the cats are off doing whatever it is they do during the day. I thought they'd come visit over here, but they did not, in fact, come visit over here. Still have a couple minutes. But yeah, so I did this thing, and what happened is that the mohair did not get caught in the stitch. I either can't see anything. Oh well. I'm going to turn this light back on though so we don't have the shadows as much. Wow, I can't see. There we go. Very professional recording here. So we either, also I will add, I've been very vigilant about carrying the two colors along the side by wrapping them. It took me a long time to remember to do that, so there was some gnashing of teeth and tearing back to remember to do that. The alternative would be to the alternative would be having to weave in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Well, I probably could have carried the pink, but like 2 ends for every single section. 2 ends woven in, which is not happening. I did have some yarn breakage a little bit here. I'm going to blame the cats here and here and here. This one surprised me. This one could have just gotten pulled too tight because it's the mohair, but this one was the fingering weight. But I don't know. Somebody's pawing at my hip. Come on up. You want to say hi? No? Yeah, so once I discovered that I had done this thing, then I discovered it at least one more place. And I was like, dang it. Come on up. Come on up. I'll get you. I've got you, my pretty. I know the sun is bright, isn't it? Mr. Mustache says, hey. Where can we get? There we go. There's his beautiful face. He says, hey, let go of me, is what he says. Yeah. I think that we'll put down that shade a little bit. This shade is actually down more than halfway because it gets really hot in the sun here in the afternoon when you've moved your desk over here. Tammy says just makes it human made to have an error in it, which is true. The question is whether Sarah can stand it. So Tammy says psst, psst, psst. He purred. What I might do. Oh, I was going to show you how it happened. Let's show you that. Well, I have this cat shoving me in the armpit. Is there another needle here somewhere? Maybe. There it is. Ow! Why? Why did you just bite my armpit? Okay. So I either... Oh, because the yarn's on the other side. We'll use this yarn, though. I either... That's helpful. I either didn't get the... accidentally didn't get the... Okay, he's gone. Oh, there he is. I accidentally didn't get the mohair when I knit, in which case it would... Oh, that's the end stitch, so that's silly. But here, pretend this is what I'm using. Okay, so I either accidentally like this. That would make more sense. They probably have them on the front, too, in that case. Or when I wrapped it, maybe I only wrapped the... that one. So that would cause them to be separated too. So one or the other is what happened. I don't know which. And so my thought is that I will maybe, since I don't have 8,000 other ends to weave in, I might take a little, piece of maybe just the mohair and then just weave it in and then kind of whoop whoop and weave it in so that this is not going to catch on things, because knowing me, if I have the least little... Here's the other one right here. So I know I have these two green ones. There's Mr. Mustache. He says hi. I probably have more if I look for them. Oh, that's nice. But I'm not going to look for them. Well, yes, I am. Don't get me wrong. Oh, you pss, pss, pss to your dog too? Aw. All right, it is 9:30. We're gonna. There we go. We're gonna deal with the sun issue for next time. But thank goodness there's sun. Welcome to my backyard, and I'll see you next week. And we'll see how far I am on my thing, my red katana. See you later. Wait, where do I go? Here. Okay, see you later.